Crime Stoppers is offering its biggest ever reward in the hunt for Olivia Pratt-Korbel's killer after the 9-year-old was gunned down in her own home. The schoolgirl was fatally shot in the chest by a gunman who forced his way into her home in Dovecot, Liverpool, last month. Today police also revealed that they believe the same gun used to kill Olivia was used in 2 other shootings in Liverpool. Detective Chief Superintendent Mark Cameen of Merseyside Police said the 2 guns used in Olivia's shooting have been identified as a .38 revolver and a Glock self-loading 9mm, however neither have been recovered. The record-breaking reward was offered following a £100,000 private donation that has been matched by Crime Stoppers founder Lord Ashcroft, upping his earlier reward of £50,000. Lord Ashcroft said, "This case has been incredibly shocking, not just for those who are directly affected, but also for Liverpool and the nation as a whole. I am delighted that with the support of a private donor, Crime Stoppers can now offer a record £200,000 for information to catch Olivia's killer." Olivia had been standing directly behind her mum, Cheryl, who was also shot in the wrist as she tried to wrestle the door shut on the killer. It was around 9:30 p.m. on August 22, when a balaclava-clad gunman chased former drug dealer, Joseph Ney, 35 down Kingsheath Avenue. Mum of 3, Cheryl, 46, had heard the shots and opened her front door to see what was going on when Ney saw an opportunity to make a break for it from the killer. The gun chase burst into Olivia's home and she was killed. Joseph Ney was recalled to prison for breaching the terms of his license after a black Audi came collected him from the scene and rushed him to hospital. Olivia was left dying on the floor and was later scooped up by officers who took her to nearby Children's Hospital, Alderhay, but doctors could not save her from her injuries. Detectives confirmed that Ney is still recovering in hospital from his injuries, after he too was shot several times in the upper body on the night Olivia died. Although police have made several arrests and released CCTV of the suspected gunman fleeing the scene, as yet no one has been charged with Olivia's murder. DCS Mark Cameen told reporters that the same gun used to kill Olivia had been used to attack a 19-year-old man in January 2020 in Dovecot, the same area of Liverpool where Olivia lived. In August 2022, 2 weeks before Olivia was shot, the same gun was used in a shootout between rival gangs who fired at each other in broad daylight near to a children's park. DCS Cameen said, "The second incident happened on the 8th of August 2022 at 9:40 p.m., this time in Finch Way, Dovecot, which as you will see is just around the corner and only a short distance away from Olivia's house. It is also only 2 weeks before Olivia's murder," he said as he gestured to a map showing the various incidents highlighted on a map of Dovecot. On this occasion 2 rival groups, one in a car and the other on motorcycles, fired shots indiscriminately whilst near to some playing fields. This occurred in the middle of summer in an area where innocent local people would have been enjoying the park. Once again, as with the first time this weapon was used in our communities, we find that those in possession of it have no care, thought or loyalty for anyone else or their safety. Once again, they do not deserve anyone's loyalty. In recent weeks, Olivia's mum and dad have both made heartfelt pleas to the killer to do the right thing and hand himself in, while Crime Stoppers boss Lord Ashcroft pledged a £50,000 reward to anyone with information that will help bring her killer to justice. Following this latest private donation of £100,000 to the reward fund, Lord Ashcroft doubled his contribution to match it. Mark Hallis, chief executive at the charity Crime Stoppers, said, "If you know who killed Olivia, please search your conscience and ask yourself, if Olivia was your daughter, relative or friend, what would you want to happen? I think you know the answer would be to see justice, justice for Olivia, her family and all those who are heartbroken after this tragedy. If you're too scared to speak to the police, please remember that our charity, Crime Stoppers, is here to help you do the right thing." Forensic officers and sniffer dogs have scoured the streets and even the lake at a local golf course in West Derby in a bid to find the weapon. As they offered the unprecedented case reward, DCS Cameen slammed people who have tried to protect Olivia's killer and attempted to thwart their investigation. He said, "Sadly, and unbelievably, during this investigation I have been disgusted by a small number of individuals who are determined to thwart the investigation, protect the key individuals involved and try and ensure that little Olivia and her family do not receive the justice they deserve. This just shows the type of people we are dealing with. However, they won't be successful, and we will prosecute them too. Being involved with this gunman and anything to do with this horrendous murder will leave a stain on you for life. I have no doubts that when you are charged and convicted that you will be regarded with absolute disgust by your family, your friends and your communities. Your loyalty to this man is utterly misplaced and it will cost you. Clearly the gunman doesn't want us to find these guns because it may link him back to them and thereby Olivia's murder. However, and as I have already stated in previous press conferences, this man is utterly toxic to our communities. Nobody wants this man around them or where they live. Nobody wants to be associated with him. Some people may tolerate him through fear, but even those people, given the choice, would want him locked away. With your support we can make this happen. Last week, hundreds of mourners flooded the street and traffic came to a standstill as Olivia's tiny white coffin was brought on a horse-drawn carriage to her funeral. The service was held at St. Margaret Mary's Catholic Church next door to Olivia's primary school, where her classmates watched her favorite film, Matilda, and posted pink banners in the window with her name. In a heartbreaking eulogy, Olivia's mum refused to say goodbye, but instead blew her daughter a kiss goodnight. She said, "On Thursday the 13th of June 2013, weighing just 4 pounds 2 ounces, my beautiful Liv came into this world. She was 6 weeks early and spent 9 days in the special baby unit. She was so small. As Olivia grew we quickly realized she was very independent. Even as a toddler she wanted to do things for herself. She would choose clothes for herself, and although she loved sparkle and glitz she would never go overboard. She was very particular even down to her socks, which she insisted she didn't want too high or too low. Olivia was chatty and could talk for England. I always said she had Duracell batteries. Her priority wherever she went was to work out where the makeup was, especially at Auntie Tony's, and she was always spoilt for choice with 6 girls living there. Olivia loved to sing and dance. She was always singing along to songs she enjoyed, especially in the car where she was always in control of the CD player. Olivia had a great imagination. She was always doing impressions of her friends and parents and teachers at school. The youngster, who had dreamed of being a teacher or a vet, also would have made a great lawyer, her mum claimed. Cheryl continued. She was great at getting her own way, especially with her older brother and sister Chloe and Ryan. She would often flash them a cheeky smile and they would instantly give in. She added, she had an answer for everything. There were many times I was amazed by the answers she would give back. I would have to remind her how old she was. Liv was loved and adored by everyone and she will never be forgotten. I will never say goodbye, but what I will say is good night. I love you, see you in the morning. Moi. People can contact Crime Stoppers anonymously us via its website or on 0800 555 111.